Fred, how was your trip?
Good, good. The English weather apparently has come here, and it was not over there.
Oh, that's good.
Although it
While
was,
you were over there.
it was humorous that some of the weather forecasters were saying, it's gonna be real hot today, very, very hot. The temperature was 82 or 83.
Did that whole thing go out?
Very, very hot.
Yes, they're all posted.
When does
The
that?
two paint jobs and roof. They're all due the 19th.
I look for a summer in
They're posted here, post office, library, and on the website.
Yeah,
So
right.
how would Terrian Roofing
They were a little
find
bit
out
in the
about
spring,
it or
but
anybody
for all you
else?
hear about Alaskan mosquitoes.
They check the website, I mean,
They're not worse than Maine mosquitoes. Not much worse than New Hampshire mosquitoes.
Worse than this year's mosquitoes.
I've seen
There are
some
big sites
pictures from
you can go to.
north in Quebec.
At least with
Some
that,
of
it
the
was
lakes
like it
region
was
there,
there
and
time because it was
just
the
the
time of
three
year we
post
get it
warrants.
anyway.
Yeah, what I found was they were
We don't want to be doing it in July.
they were in the bushes. And when
You don't have to accept any bids that come in.
Take anything you don't want.
areas that you get like a cloud just buzzing around you, but they just go like you just walk out of them.
Really?
They don't follow you or keep going.
Oh, wow. Huh.
If you're anywhere near where there's
All right, 5:30 having arrived. Call the meeting to order. Stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Manzi, you have something you'd like to talk to us about.
Thank you. I just wanted to update you on a project that we're working on, and that is getting the basketball court and the tennis courts here at George B. White. They need some work. We've done a lot of bandages over the years, but they need to be ground down and have some work done on them for the cracks and things that are showing on both of them. I put this out to 4 companies. To date, what I have is Advantage Tennis they're from Vermont. They did the original project. They've done all the Band-Aids over the years since then. They came right out. They put information together that I sent along to Mr. Harrington. And other than that, I've reached out to 3 other companies. The best I could get back was a call saying they can't do it, but here's another company may want to try, and that company hasn't called me back. And then we also have it posted on the New Hampshire Parks and Recreation Association for anybody there that could offer something. But to date, as I say, I have nothing back from any company, and I just fear losing the season, and this is kind of a timely project. So the numbers that were sent in from Advantage for the basketball court side, and that would also be doing the Foursquare and the hopscotch area over as well. That side there was $2,790 and $2,790, and the tennis court side was $3,850. There would be a nominal $200 discount if we did them both together. And if we move forward with this project, this would be money from our programs. Again, it's not anything that's budgeted for or that we'd be going to the town with, but it would be money that we'd be using from our revolving account, specifically our summer camp and after-school programs, which use it a lot, as well as the general public. But I just don't want to lose a season, and I don't want to turn those into eyesores that are unusable for the community as well. So it's inevitable, and it's only going to get worse.
How do we feel about that?
Great idea.
I think we should go ahead.
How much use do we get on the tennis courts? I don't play tennis, so I
Right. It gets pretty good use. We also, a couple of years ago, painted in a pickleball court within that, which was hot for a while, not as hot recently, but the tennis court gets pretty good use, the basketball court gets pretty good use, and of course, our own programs pretty much put that in as part of a regular routine as well with both our after-school program and summer camp, so. And we have had some citizen input as well about, the courts needing some work, so.
Right. Anybody have any objection to him going forward?
No, that's great.
You should.
Go for it.
Okay, that's all I have, thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. All right, review of outstanding minutes for the 22nd of May.
I would move as written.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstaining?
Extension?
Okay.
So Fred, were you here?
No.
I didn't think so, but does it say you were?
Yeah, it
Nope.
says absent.
Says
Fred
Oh, absent,
McGarry.
okay. Making sure.
All right. I have an accounts payable manifest in the amount of $24,705.32.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I have two payroll manifests. One grossing in the amount of $1,600, netting at $1,234.29. One grossing at $58,284.11, netting at $43,123.09.
Motion to approve both payroll manifests.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, did everybody read about the lighting, 4 lighting projects and prices that Mr. Harrington passed on?
Yes.
Is there anyone who would not like us to enter into this agreement?
What did the town shed involve? Was that the one that was only 400, or was that the transfer station?
Town shed's very small.
Very small.
Is that just some interior? Okay. It was so much smaller than the others, I wanted,
Well, previous work had been done on that, so there wasn't much to upgrade.
great, thank you.
Well, if we're all in agreement, I'd like a motion to authorize the chairman to sign the agreements.
So moved. Second.
Discussion?
Would that be the one payment, one and done deal, or?
No, there's a whole monthly payment schedule, and what will happen once the work is done. Each of the 4 projects has their own payment schedule over a course of months, depending on how much energy is saved in that one project.
That's how that worked,
And I believe the longest one is,
So how does that work with our numbers to not knowing what monthly we're gonna pay?
we don't recognize any payment. What it is the energy savings that would normally be recouped by the town goes as a payment towards
Okay.
Eversource.
So there's no money.
So there's no money up front.
No money.
There's no money during the course of
We're still
repayment.
paying, we're
We-
still paying
Actually,
for
we
electric.
we still pay our regular electric bill. We just finished the first energy audit about 4 months ago, the last payment of that.
That's good for the public to know.
And this is going to eventually save close to $4,000 a year in energy costs after this is all paid off by upgrading everything to LED, some of the outside lighting, taking away the halogen, which are heavily energy users, putting in motion sensors in most of the offices and rooms, making everything energy efficient as possible.
Plus, there's a part of it's a grant too, right? So we're only paying for a portion of the,
Eversource pays half and we pay half. That's our half that we're
we have to pay
apportioning out.
off with the energy
Right.
savings.
There's another program which will be coming forward to you, which will replace all the existing fluorescent lamps with LED lamps to further save, and that's a rebate offer through Eversource.
Nice.
But that's separate from this.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'll take care of that in a little bit. Okay, has everyone read about the audit letter, that Melanson and Heath wants us to sign? Basically states that they've done their job, and that we appreciate it.
I think we're paying for it.
All right. Could I get a motion for me to sign that?
So moved?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. EMS 535, financial report of the town budget for the period ending December 31st, 2016. So this is the final numbers for 2016 that we have to send to the state, correct?
Correct. Once signed, I'll be uploading that to the state tomorrow.
Can I get a motion for the board to sign the EMS 535?
So moved?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Got a petition, a poll license petition from Public Service of New Hampshire for a poll on South Road. Trying to make sure that this 650591. They look to me. One pole located on South Road in Deerfield. One pole located on South Road in Deerfield. I guess this is a duplicate, but they want it signed 3 times because they're listing the same number. 2/73Y. Yeah, that's what it is. It's 3 copies. Public Service Company of New Hampshire is requesting permission to install or replace one pole on South Road, but they need 3 copies.
Motion to approve the replacement of one pole on South Road.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Just
Sir?
as a matter of practice, are those petitions required for replacement of poles? Because I know on my road, for example,
They just replaced the pole.
we've been replacing poles for
Oh,
2
like the
years.
new ones, but
I can double check on that.
I'm just wondering if there's any implication of us not having an accurate tally if they don't. They add poles, that sort of thing.
Good question.
New tax. He just read that language. It said to replace or. I don't think anyone's really ever come before us for replacement. Part of the language is you have to replace it. I know they've added poles on Amherst Road, which would change what we tax. We have no record of it. We wouldn't know.
Waste Management wants to renew,
The agreement for the 2 bins outside of George B. White.
and price going up or down?
It's remaining the same.
Remaining the same for 3 years, and they're
Correct.
going to give us a $200 credit for updated paperwork.
Right.
Would the board like me to sign a contract with Waste Management with those specifications?
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And Primex, new contracts with workers' comp and property and liability that,
We had signed into a multi-year agreement with them not too long ago.
now we're talking about another 3 years, 2000, looks to me like 18, 19, and 20.
Maybe 3 years has passed by and I didn't realize it, but
You know how that happens, right? Yep, that's what it is. So, what's the board's pleasure?
Just you sign
Yeah.
it. Make a motion that the chairman signs the Primex 3-year contract.
second?
All of them, both of them, rather?
Both, yes.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I have a notice of intent to cut wood or timber on Griffin Road, Peter Van Berkom.
It's across the street.
Across from where he is now.
All right, Mr. Sidmore would like to meet with the board to offer an easement to the town to continue using their property as a turnaround for winter plowing when clearing Sweat Road. John's talked with Jim Franklin, the land surveyor, and as he explains it, Sidmore's would like to legally document an easement with the town in order for the continued use of their land as a turnaround for plow trucks during winter road clearing of Sweat Road. This is the reason for the request to meet the board. There is a plan in the future to subdivide the land, but not in the near future. Should that take place, the family would like to have this easement in writing with the town as to not impact the subdivision and future sale of the property. Once accepted by the town, the easement documents will be drawn up by Mr. Franklin and the Sidmores. Basically, he's asking if we want to schedule time for this offer, or how do we want to proceed? Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't mind meeting with them. I guess in the back of my head, I'm wondering what the final resolution was as far as this board was concerned with regard to ownership of Sweat Road. I remember meeting several times and saying that we would research and get
We
back.
researched, and we finally came back to say, yep,
It's our road.
it's our road, and we notified Mr. Sidmore that we would continue to plow it. And
Yeah,
I
I
think that's where we left it.
Okay.
So, John first brought this up to me. I said, you need to ask them what exactly, why. I think that's a pretty good explanation. They want to give us an easement so that we can continue to turn around in the road.
Right, because they don't want us going through to Griffin Road.
Right.
So we should see a map.
There is an enclosed map here. The way Jim Franklin explains it to me, the actual turnaround that the trucks are currently using is on Sidmore land. And the reason for the invitation request now is that both brothers would like to be here, but it takes some coordination to get them to come.
Yeah, I don't mind meeting with them to discuss it.
So why don't you set it up for whatever meeting might be convenient?
We haven't discontinued it.
Put that together when you're done.
Where do you think the easement is?
I would assume up by the building somewhere here. Here, turn around for winter maintenance.
Do we need them to come in?
They want to come in.
They want to come in.
No, we want to do it.
This was the thing I wanted to have an idea before we scheduled.
Yeah, I know what an effort it was to get David in here the last time.
That's why they wanted this
Yeah.
invitation first.
Maybe we should relay it out right through to Griffin where it used to go.
Yeah.
Lot,
I like that idea too. Not.
So it used to go right straight through there?
Yeah, it used to go all the way to Griffin Road, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it still does.
Yeah, but you just can't drive.
Not too well. You take the chain down on the Griffin Road end.
It's a building. So there's
Close to
driveway
idea.
goes around.
Hmm.
That's
I
our
think it
fault.
used to go like this. I don't think it went straight. Or maybe it went
Like up to 8 at a time.
Drop them there and leave them, come back.
What do they want from us?
Yeah.
EI.
I'm trying to think of what they.
I've asked, this fee is
walking around and we got trees. Used to park like there.
Okay.
Mhm.
I've talked to Mark, so, I just wanted to make you aware that this is
School
what
of
they're
Dave,
going
is
to
it?
explain.
It's a linear foot, isn't it?
Well, it can be, that's what.
Yeah. No, it's gotta be square foot.
PLPA.
Pleasant Lake Planning Association.
Okay. So,
Could be, yeah. It doesn't look like it.
I did my research to find out that.
Not labeled the same as
No.
That it's not $100, and we're not seeing it.
mm-hmm.
Andy? What's that? What's that? Is this just, is that a foundation hole or something? or what?
There's sheds up there.
Shed was up
There's
there.
a bunch of sheds.
Shed, yeah, and then this is the turnaround here. Barn and a shed, yeah.
Or in the building. I think that might just be a foundation. The buildings there.
Just the turnaround.
Can we do a site visit?
All right, the Pleasant Lake Planning Association.
Preservation,
Preservation?
preservation.
My
LPA.
Pleasant Lake Preservation Association.
Great, correct.
Had questions about the plan for the grant that they had told us about.
Mhm.
Basically, they were asking who's going to file the plan and who's going to pay the $100 fee. And basically, we had said, we'll do the work, but you're going to have to take care of all that. So basically, they just wanted to double check with us who was going to file the plan and pay the fee. And Mark Young is ready to work with them to do whatever it is they can go for, but it just basically looks like they're,
What's our road, should we pay the fee? If they're doing the
I
work?
believe that we, in the discussion.
The only letter I could find is that we had agreed that, that was dated from last fall, that Mark Young would do work.
Right.
The Board of Selectmen has agreed to provide the town services and to support and accomplish the Gulf Road mitigation project, and the project has the board's full support. So, and this is for stormwater restoration and shoreline stabilization project on Gulf Road. So, I don't,
Their two questions currently are who would file it and who would pay the fee. That's why I brought it to you.
I think I believe they need us to file it, don't they?
I would think.
That was part of the reason they came to us, I thought, was because they.
their understanding is that the town would be the applicant with the PLPA being the agent, and they're asking who should file the plan with the state.
I think we should, and we should pay it. It's our road.
Okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's $100, it's our road, I would agree.
We'll pay it, we'll
They're doing all
file
the
it.
homework.
Finally, they understand that the town will need to secure an excavation permit from the DOT District 6. Why don't you look into that also and see if there's anything we need from them? And we have a butter notification of wetlands permit application. Letter is to inform you that the Northern Pass Transmission LLC has submitted a wetlands permit application to excavate soil test pits on a property that abuts your property. Under state law RSA 482-A:3, Roman numeral 1, DN1, the project is required to notify you about the application which proposes the excavation of test pits at 2 locations on the property to acquire information that is necessary for the final design of Northern Pass project components. Once it is filed, the permit application, including plans that show the proposed test pit locations, will be available for viewing at the city or town clerk's office in the city or town where the proposed project is located at the new NHDES offices by scheduling a file review by calling or online at newhampshire.gov.
Steve?
Yes, sir.
Did the planning board get a copy of that
Yes.
already on their own?
They brought in 5 copies that Kevin Barry had to sign, and they distributed them.
Cool. My concern would be that the planning board is fully apprised.
Notified
So
about it.
us, yeah.
I'm trying to find the,
What's the property?
There's a map on the back.
To the substation?
yeah, right on the line, right before Nottingham, it's the substation. It's quite detailed. And available for anyone to look at.
It's pretty much the standard application procedure for a wetlands application.
That's what everybody has to do? Wow.
Well, some are more involved than others.
All right. Town Administrator's Report.
I have 2 things for you. One, as you noticed coming in, the LED boards are up and functioning. And we've begun the remodel of the ADA bathroom on the main floor. That's the last of the bathroom remodels. So that will be out of service for several weeks. My plan is to look into the cost of an ADA-approved portable toilet to have outside so that the community still has access should someone need it. That is our only ADA-compliant bathroom. So if you see that, it'll be located right outside the tax collector's door. And that's it for me tonight.
Questions for the Town Administrator?
Still have to congratulate John on being able to get those LED displays.
You're welcome.
Just a quick question, are we still considering fee adjustments?
Yes, we are.
Okay, we'll bring it up
Is
then.
that gonna come up separate?
Why don't we just do it right now?
Are you sure?
There has been a request from the administrator and the building inspector. We're supposedly way off in scale on our permit fees. And this is their proposed fee structure.
Yeah, given the backup that John gave us, I'm perfectly comfortable moving to the new fee structure, and I don't think it's outrageous or puts us at the top of the charts by any stretch of the imagination
No, and it seems we've been way behind.
for a long time.
Oh, you're missing a category.
What's that, sir?
Should have something in there for agricultural type thing, because with this new fee structure, the shell, and they're nothing more than a shell that the fair just put up, the permit fee would be $4,800, which is ridiculous.
$4,800.
Yeah, they already boned them $2,500 for what's there, which is
What kind of
ridiculous.
building was this?
Sheep, goat, and alpaca expansion. So there should be some,
Expansion of an existing building?
no, new,
Okay,
new expanded area of the grounds.
okay.
But I've had numerous equine activities that have said that they're getting hit the residential rate, which is nothing to inspect. It's an open shell compared to a 7,000 square foot house. It's not apples to apples. So I think we should have an agricultural type building.
Some of the backup that I sent you did have a separate category. I just asked the building code inspector to list what we currently charge.
Right. This
It
is what-
doesn't negate the fact that we could add a separate category
So we're
for it.
gonna hold off on approving this until we.
Well, that's where I'm headed with it, that we're.
And ask for an agricultural
Well,
category
that,
that
yeah,
would be
something,
in a fair situation.
well,
For a non-residential structure.
there's non-resident,
I think we need to be ag specific.
Yeah.
Correct.
There's, if you look at the backup, there's some towns or in some communities that go into quite a bit of
right,
detail.
but I'm going by the chart you gave us. If that's the case,
Right.
that permit would jump from 2,400 to 4,800.
Those are the categories we currently have, but we could always add further detail.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we should hold off and add that category because Dick is absolutely right. Things
Right.
like riding arenas and that sort of thing that are gonna be.
There's nothing to inspect.
4, 5, 7, 8,000 feet and it's a dirt floor and.
I can adjust the chart for
Okay.
I
agricultural.
just want to make sure
Sure.
before we approve something.
Thanks for bringing that up, Dick. I would
You're
have never
welcome.
known that one.
And I agree with the category of agricultural and rather than non-residential, because non-residential would include a
Right.
commercial
Right,
building.
which is not, part two is building commercial, like Rollins Pet,
Mm-hmm,
0, there's nothing here.
yeah.
So we need to do a little bit more homework.
Okay.
I mean, some towns that we deal with, it's $100 fee for what the fair just paid $2,400 for. I'm not suggesting that, but
And
do a little homework.
it makes more sense. Go ahead, sir.
I'm not recollecting state law with regard to fees and buildings, but I'm wondering if this board has the ability to modify or waive fees with regard to things like the Fair Association or.
I would assume, no, wait a minute, I'm not gonna assume, because if it regards structure and such, but I would think that in a situation like that where the fair is going to just build expand a building or build a new building on a bigger footprint, $2,400 for a permit seems to me to be,
Yeah, and they took down, quote, unsafe buildings.
so you have a building that you've been paying taxes on.
Correct.
Take it down and put up a new building, and then we hit you for $2,500 for a permit to
Yeah.
build the building.
Correct.
I'd like to look into see if,
Yeah, I think we should check and see what we have as an ability to waive or
Mitigation.
modify, yeah.
Yeah. But it also involved a lot of other, quote, non-residential horse type things in town that, same thing, Shane Carter paid up on Raid and that.
It just seems out of size for the
Well,
situation.
there needs to be a reduction on those clear span shells.
Right.
All right. Mr. Harrington can look into those
I will.
issues for us and let us know whether or not we have the
Thank you.
authority to do anything about it. All right, unfinished, new or old business?
When's the cistern going out to bid?
The cistern has been ordered. We're waiting for it to be delivered.
Well, who got that bid?
I believe that was taken care of when Mark put the proposal forward.
Yeah, I recall talking about it.
I wasn't aware that
Town
that was decided on when it was put in.
What was the cost of the cistern?
Like 35,000 or something?
Yeah.
I've been waiting to see. Then I got asked this past week when and where it's gonna get placed. And I said, well, it hasn't even gone out to bid yet, so I don't know, we need to worry about where it's going.
That's been ordered.
Want to look up the,
Have you seen anything since the town?
No, and I don't recall a formal bid process for the presentation. I think we've gone to one, to have some background for the
Okay.
warrant article, but I don't know that that was a formal bid process by any.
Yeah, and I certainly would have liked to see some plans on that.
Well, there's a lot of talk in town of not putting it down behind the town shed and putting it right across the street where it could service this building, the Lion, and with what we've got going on,
Yeah,
we should have a little input in that.
right.
so you'll get back to us on
Mhm.
the information. The scenery, I recall doing something, but I'm not sure. Any other business? All right, seeing none, we're gonna go into a non-public session under personnel. And when we come out, we may or may not take action. Could I get a motion?
In a minute.
In a minute.
Now I'm ready. I'll make a motion that we go into non-public session under RSA 91A3, Roman numeral 2, letter C. Matters which, if discussed in public, would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of the public body itself, unless such person requests an open meeting.
Second?
Moved and seconded.
Yes.
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 Yes. Let's all go in there. Take all our live. I want to note for the record that no action was taken in a non-public session. Could I get a motion to seal the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded.
Yes.
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 Yes. So, I'd like to announce that in discussions with people, the Board of Selectmen would like to announce their candidate for fire chief upon the retirement of the current fire chief. We've been in discussions with Matt Fisher, who is an EMS qualified 16-year veteran of the Deerfield Fire Department, and he's agreed to have his name submitted as a candidate for the fire chief. At this time, we'd like to ask for the Deerfield Fire Association and the Deerfield Rescue Association to make their recommendations on our candidate. And once we receive them, we'll make it official. But Matt has agreed to be our candidate for fire chief for the year 2018 and forward. And we greatly appreciate that.
And we'd like to have the recommendations back from the associations.
Let's say within a month,
July 1st.
July, we'd like to see him by July 1st. And the board is just acting based on promises made to both the fire association and the rescue squad that we would give them a vocal opportunity to comment on who will be appointed fire chief.
Great.
Citizens' comments.
Motion to adjourn?
Did the Boy Scout have something?
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much for coming, everyone.